are teachers, and teachers are nothing. The go out on a few coming at the solar, so we are at the solar. You have a funny or you got it. Six months, I have look at it. Not look at it. Down there, not look at it. Take at their money. I don't take that their money. You don't take that.
When we say one has the human mentality, or one comes to possess the mentality of a worthy human being, that means one is secure in terms of the three kinds of mental behaviors. That is, with the practice of Variya Sati Samadhi, Samadhi Khanda, one purifies one's mind so that there will be no covetousness, wishing to take others' property or possess others' property by illegal means. There will be no wish to enjoy pleasures, actually, especially the sensual pleasures, wishing to see good things, hear good things, and so on at this moment. And there will be no ill will at the second part. There will be no wish to commit sexual misconduct, because one is even free as a yogi from sexual intercourse. One will be more free from sexual misconduct. So in this way, and also one will be free from false speech. So one is free from both sense of pleasures, covetousness, and ill will. And since initially one is in possession of the right view that good begets good, bad begets bad, right view of karma and karma results, there will be no distorted views. So in this way, one is free from mental ducharitas, mano-ducharitas, mental immoral deeds, and there will be only sucharitas, mental moral deeds, mental morality. So in this way, this is what we say as one becomes well grounded as far as the mentality is concerned, and this is what we say as coming into possession of the human mentality. What the human mentality? When you say the right mentality, when one is well grounded in right mentality, one is said to be well grounded in one's own existence at this stage. It will be like the analogy given here is when you throw a dice into the air and let it fall on the floor. It will not roll down like a ball. As for a ball, it will roll down, especially when the ground is not even. As for the dice, it will not roll down. It will just fall on the surface, on one of the 6 surfaces where it touches the ground. So this is what is meant by one is well grounded, one is well established in one's mentality and hence one's own existence.
Main object is that what are you? What are you? Let's say you are doing the wrong thing and wrong thing. Say, Papa, we can yell. I will never take that. I'm exactly that. What they tell are you? Down on it, say, down on it, in on it, and မျက်စိရဲ့သဘောပဲပေါ်တယ်ရှင်းရဆိုတစ်ခုနဲ့တက်သွားတယ်အဲ့ဒါလေးသိတယ်စိတ်နဲ့သိတယ်ဒီတော့အာယုန်ထဲမှာစိတ်နဲ့တဲ့ချိန်သားကဖြစ်ပြီးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဘောမှလေးဒီချိန်သားစအဖြစ်ဖြစ်အဲ့ဒီလိုပညာသိက္ခာနဲ့လည်းမျိုးကြည့်နေတာဖြစ်ရအောင်လေအကာအကွယ်ပြုရကာကွယ်ပြီးတော့မျိုးကိတာလေးလုံခြုံသွားတယ်လုံခြုံသွားတော့မျိုးကိတာရဲ့ချုပ်ချယ်ကလွတ်တယ်အဲ့ဒီခိုက်တာမှာမျိုးကိတာရဲ့အဲ့ဒါအနုပြကိတာရဲ့စံတိဒီကစံတိ
For those who practice in this way, that is the way of mindfulness, and as much as they are able to note every arising object, beginning with the main object of rising and falling, and as much as the noting mind is concurrent, as much as the noting mind is consistent with the object by aiming, the power of aiming, that is sammasankappa, the right aim. And as one is able to practice in this way, and there will be this concurrent, there will be this consistent noting of the object, and the noting mind is flicking away these objects. There will be knowledge arising. That means if one is concurrent, if one is able to pinpoint this object of stiffness, then one will come to know the nature of stiffness. If one is able to pinpoint the object of tension, one will come to know the nature of object as tension, and so will be the movement, and so will be the impermanent characteristics, unsatisfactory characteristics, or selfless nature. In this way, one will come to know the stages of knowledge. As therefore, with the concurrency, with the consistency in the noting mind and object, one is bound to know the true nature of things through the different series of insight knowledge. This is Panya Sekha, the wisdom training by which one is said to be protected from the latent forms of kilesas, and with the protection there will be security, and with security there will be freedom from the bondage of these latent forms of kilesas, and this will be a cause for peace. Of course, this peace is a denga santi, temporary kind of peace at that very moment, momentary peace.
Kilesa nyoyama nyeyi so lo shi diya ma de te priyo khana tawa la priyo khana la phit ne lo priyo khana ma de te wide ka ma chulu lo pai ti tawa laအဲ့ဒါကိုပို့ပြီးတော့ဖြစ်တတ်တာတော့ရုပ်ပြလို့ရှိရင်ဟိုဟာဒီဘယ်နည်းတော့ဖြစ်နေတော့အဲ့တော့ချိန်ပိုင်းလေးဒီကဆန်ကြည့်ရအောင်လို့အောင်လည်းမသိနေတဲ့တော့ဘာမှမဖြစ်နေဘူးပြအောင်ကြိုးစားနေရတယ်လူသားတော့လုံထုံးသာဝေဆောက်ရှောက်ကောင်းတော့လုံထုံးတဲ့လုံထုံးတော့လွတ်လပ်တော့ငြိမ်းချမ်းတဲ့ကဆန်ကြည့်ရတယ်အဲ့ဒါကအတုတဲ့ရုံးကိုပြတယ်ညာသိတာ
Oh, when you say even one is free from the latent forms of kilesas, then there cannot arise from this latent form the obsessive forms of kilesas. So if there is no latent form, no dormant form, this dormant form will not rise up to obsession, mental obsession. Therefore, one will be free from pariyuttana kilesas, and when one is not obsessed with unwholesome deeds mentally, then there will be no physical, verbal, violent, gross behaviors, videkama kilesas. So in this way, as one is free from latent forms, there will not arise obsessive or transgressive forms of kilesas. That is, as much as one is able to be consistent with the object of observation, then there will be Tadenga Santi, momentary peace. So we are striving in order to realize this Tadenga Santi. Then if we realize that, there will be protection. If one is protected, there will be security. And if one is secure, there will be freedom from bondage of these unwholesome deeds, kilesas. And then one is bound to realize peace. Of course, Tadenga Santi, momentary peace. And this can be verified by experience, with experience by devoted yogis.
တရားထုတ်လို့ဝေဒနာလေးတော်တော်လွန်သွားရင်လည်းအဲ့ဒီဒီကဆန္ဒလေးရတော့ပြီးလာလားဝိရိယပြညာမရောက်တဲ့ခါကျတော့ပိုးပြီးတော့ပြီးလာတော့တိတိအားရမှုပြီးတိဒီဒုက္ခတွေဒါတော့ကိုယ်ပေါ်ပါတာဒီစိတ်ပေါ်ပါတာဒီနုညံ့တာဒီစသည်ပေါ်နေတာစိတ်ကိုကြည့်ရတာဒီကမှတစ်ဆင့်ဆက်ပြီးတော့တစ်ပိုင်းညာလေးရောက်သွားရင်ငြိမ့်ပြီးတော့ကောင်းနေတာဝိရိယပြညာမရောက်တော့တသိမ့်လေးတင်းကြီးနဲ့ကောင်းနေတာသတိရှိဒီကလေးဘက်ကညာမရောက်တဲ့ခါကျတော့ငြိမ့်ပြီးတော့ငြိမ်ကောင်းဆောင်ရဒီကဆက်
So, if as one practices, in order to overcome these sensations, vedanas, unbearable sensations, excruciating pains, Tadenga Santi, momentary peace, will become very obvious. It will become more obvious at the stage of Uddiyabhya Jnana, the knowledge of the contemplation of first arising and falling away. There will be delight and happiness, piti and sukha, with the attendant levitation or lightness by body and mind, mentally, physically there will be lightness, and there will be softness, malleability in a very remarkable manner. And if one is able to continue to progress through the series of insight knowledge, to the higher insight knowledge, especially at Sankarupeka Jnana or at the Uddiyabhya Jnana, there will be this saturated feeling, rapturous feeling, as though one is saturated with rapturous feeling, as though the rapturous feeling is oozing out of one's body. One will feel the real saturation of rapturous feeling, and at the stage of Sankarupeka Jnana, the knowledge of the contemplation of equanimity towards all formations, there will be this tranquility, happiness with tranquility, calmness, balanced, equanimous, and this kind of Tadenga Santi will become very obvious in terms of real calmness and equanimous feeling at the stage of Sankarupeka Jnana. If one comes to the stage of this Uddiyabhya Jnana, then one will be free from this dangerous form of sensual pleasures. Sensual pleasures are pleasurable, but they are dangerous, they are fatal, they are perilous. One will escape from these sensual pleasures and realize the pleasures which are manifold superior to these sensual pleasures, which we call Dhamma Rati, Dhamma Sukha, Dhamma Delight, Dhamma Bliss, which manifold excels the sensual pleasures. If one is able to fulfill and energize, strengthen this Tadenga Santi, then one is bound to reach the stage of cessation, or the beyond of arising and passing away. That is real cessation. Achanta Santi. This is known as Achanta Santi, the real, the genuine, full peace.
Achanta Santi side door है, मैंने पुण्यागा, दूसरे मैंने तुमने जब क्या था ये देगा कागज भी है तो ये कागज भी हो जाओ अब भी आने में तुम समझा रहा इधर अपने साथ है दूसरी मुझे को मांगी जान सारी नकली जारी है दूसरी जाती है नहीं तो इधर माँ देखे वो तो है ये जाबू ये जाबू को वो आपको तो जिला में अरे चीज़ है आपको तो जो शामी की अच्छा होगा ये जना साइड
As one realizes this Achanta Santi, the genuine peace, the full-time peace, and attain path consciousness and fruit of the liberation, especially the path consciousness, then one will become protected from the apaya dangers, the perils of falling into the states of loss. Then there will be security from the state of loss, and one will become free from videka kilesas and docharitas, and in this way one is bound to realize peace. And this will be the cause of peace. And whenever one reflects on one's existence, one will find that this will be a cause for one's own happiness. In this way, if one realizes Achanta Santi with the path consciousness, fruition consciousness, path consciousness, and the fruit of liberation, then in order to prior to this stage, one has got to be fulfilled with the vipassana jnana, insight knowledge, with the practice of Sila Samadhi Panya, the practice of Lokiya Mega or Pubhabhaga Mega, the mundane path or the preliminary path, continuously attaining or cultivating this Tathanga Santi, momentary peace. And only when one's momentary peace matures or becomes fulfilled, there will arise this Achanta Santi. If there is no Tathanga Santi, there will be no Achanta Santi. But to realize Achanta Santi, one must become fulfilled, or one must practice to become fulfilled with Tathanga Santi, momentary peace. And if one is fulfilled with momentary peace, then the Achanta Santi is bound to follow automatically. So we stop here for today.